Hello there. In 1984, up-and-coming filmmaker James Cameron made what people remember as his directorial debut, The Terminator. Though dated in areas, it remains an influential and one of the great science fiction action films, and would launch the careers of James Cameron and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and would lead to the sequel Terminator 2: Judgment Day, which is one of the greatest sequels of all time, and that's pretty much where the series peaked. I rewatched the original Terminator recently enough, and though it's been a few years since I rewatched Judgment Day, I've seen it enough times over the years to know it well enough, and it seems as though the main problem that the series has been facing is that each installment keeps trying to remake Terminator 2, with the exception of Terminator Salvation, which was pretty much a war movie. But really none of the sequels after Judgment Day really tried to be the original, which was comparable to a horror film and was actually shot on a rather low budget. So to get an idea of what this movie might be trying to be, what is its production budget? Roughly $200 million. To this movie's credit, it does feel as though this installment is trying to get the series to evolve, somewhat. Whereas Terminator Genesis tried to be X-Men Days of Future Past, i.e. using time travel to undo the stuff everyone hated, and keep what everyone liked, Terminator Dark Fate tries to be Star Wars The Force Awakens, i.e. basically a remake of an earlier film in the franchise, but with the original actors reprising their older characters. Genesis failed and Dark Fate succeeds. Mostly. This movie is directed by Tim Miller, who also directed the first Deadpool, and brings James Cameron back as a producer now that he owns the rights to Terminator again. I wonder if he'll stop giving Harlan Ellison credit for the first one now. And brings back Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And our story is that, honestly, it feels a little redundant to even describe it. A Terminator comes from the future to kill a Mexican girl, there's a human soldier from the future sent to protect her, Linda Hamilton is back, she hunts Terminators, and Arnold is back as well. The initial concept isn't bad per se, but rather, we've seen this across all of the movies. But to this movie's credit, it does a few things that are genuinely new for the series. The human soldier is cybernetically enhanced. No, wait, they did that in Terminator Salvation. Well, it's not an obvious non-twist here, so I guess that's better? And the evil Terminator is able to split itself into two separate entities, which is genuinely new here, instead of taking the T-1000 and giving him weapons and making him a woman in T3, or just making him out of the microbots from Big Hero 6 and Genesis. They do something different with the Arnold Terminator here as well, which I thought was entertaining, but I suspect many others would not like. But I have my own minor problems with it as well. Linda Hamilton is great in her return to the series and provides what might possibly be the best performance in the movie, and though I do suspect that the direction taken with Arnold's Terminator will draw ire, especially from a few of the males in the audience, he provides a good, funny, and perhaps the most nuanced performance as this character yet, but again I do have problems with it. The action is well done and the effects are adequate, though nothing groundbreaking. Remember that one time the Terminator franchise revolutionized special effects? I guess that CGI really has peaked. It's great to see Linda Hamilton return to the series, and Arnold is always great as the Terminator, whether he's a robot assassin or as a guardian. The Terminator series really should have ended after Judgment Day, but I guess that we're going to keep getting these for one reason or another. Terminator Dark Fate is no classic, won't be making any top 10 or even top 20 lists, and will likely be forgotten by casual moviegoers that are just trying to fill a night out, and will probably only be remembered by fans of the first two films. But if we need a new Terminator, I guess that this'll do.